Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2, The Warden and the Paunch, where unfortunately I think this plague is really going to dampen our momentum. We had a good run going here, and now we're going to have to stop and wait it out because it's killing our ability to heal, right? So we got Marienburg. Grungsint is, in theory, kind of a problem. It is just one small settlement, though. Really all we have to do is make sure they're not putting together an army over here. So, yeah, the plague runs up to, for some reason, just this settlement and none of the things around it are plagued. And this is like the beginning of a plague, too. Okay. Yeah, that's an issue. I don't really know what to do about that. We're going to just have a hard time moving around here. So, does it look like Azhag could take Karl Franz right now? Because the best thing for us to do would probably be to move Wazhumpa this way quickly and get him away from Plague Town. But we also definitely need to make sure Karl Franz goes down now before he can recruit any more stuff. And we've seen them on a number of occasions recruit like a dozen units in a single turn. So... oh, I think I see red in that arrow. Yeah, there's a little bit of red. Okay, so... Azhag can't actually attack. Well, I think that means Azhag goes and takes Gorsel by himself, and we unfortunately have to have Wazhumpa do this. He can, right? Yeah, he can. Alright, well this exposes him to more plague, and it's not ideal, but we need to clean stuff up, so I guess go do it. Yeah, nice easy win. We'll take that. We will loot and occupy, because we definitely don't have the movement for a sack and run back. Getting a lot of followers and garbage. His army's not plagued yet. Do get to make him immortal, which is fantastic. He's really earned it. And then you get to just pick up, I don't know, something. Oh, right, one of these. So he's going to get bonus versus large and armor piercing. So what are our options here? Vigor loss reduction for all of the orc units in the army, which isn't that many, and a cooldown reduction on his army buff skills, which is it's not nothing. Line Kraka, which gives him bonus speed and a low cooldown version of Deadly Onslaught, which makes him a much better cavalry character killing type unit. I think that's probably what we're going to take for him. Or map action stuff, which he definitely does not need. Yeah, let's go Line Kraka, and then Arm to the Teeth, and he'll be real good at that thing he's supposed to be good at. Do we want to have you guys recruit? Oh yeah, we have actual recruitment structures here. What do we want? We have a lot of goblins. Obviously, I mean, the army benefits from having a lot of goblins. But he also has the orc skill. Yeah, so we could grab like a couple units of biggins or something. What exactly do we have access to? Just the basics, really. Yeah, let's grab 2 units of biggins to round out this army. That way he has 4 tough units that can stand and fight. Well, also the trolls. But yeah, I think this is the right thing. And Azhag turns around and takes Gorsel, which should be 100% trivial as well. And here I think we have plenty of movement. We can afford to do a sack on this one. God, so many followers. So many of the same couple of followers over and over again. Alright, and this is in the same province as Marienburg, which means we get to build an additional growth structure. Is that the right play, or do we want this to be a boss tent? Now, let's make it growth. Okay, so we've really reduced the Empire's total territory by quite a lot here. Grimgor is still headed this way because the Brass Keep is going to be an issue. I'm not sure exactly where it makes sense for him to stop. Also, check it out. We're doing okay on money now. Because we don't want him to get caught out, right? But my suspicion is we can safely move to here, and even if they rode out to attack us, we can fall back and they won't be able to chase. They'll push us into Wolfenburg, so that'll be fine. But they do have 2 full stacks here with 2 real-ish leaders, so we need bodies on this front soon. That said, I think we're still going to have Rachnik grab the Black Pit, or that could be Wazhumpa's job. Yeah, I'm going to have Rachnik turn around right now, because I think we're going to need a second army over here. But we have to be pretty careful how we do it, because the plague is everywhere. Alright, Rachnik and Grimgor can join up and make this stuff work. Let's fix this. Karaberg does not need one of these. So the most important thing is getting Middenstag's walls up, so I'm not going to upgrade Weissman. We're going to save that point of population for Middenstag. And this can happen. We have plenty of gold, and we're going to need a lot of population growth here. Oh, Middenheim's going to have a huge rebellion. Well, nothing to be done for it. I guess Rachnik will have to go kill them, and then we'll figure this out. Okay, Wolfenburg is glowing. Oh, right, because we have a building we didn't complete there. At some point, we should grab Kappelberg. Like, once we have a free moment, we should probably get Kappelberg, because it's part of a province that we own the rest of, right? Yeah. Let's build this. And then, how are we doing on rep? We are 48 and gaining, so we'll be up in Mobsta. There's not really much of a difference from 26 to 75. Alright, and do I think we can take Srui? Oglok's army is pretty basic, but also relatively high level, right? There's a lot of levels on these units. And we do have all of our scrap upgrades. I'm gonna ride over there and see what they'll offer me on the auto-resolve. Oh, wow. It's possible that the Beastmen just have really crappy auto-resolve results. This sucks for them. This is not... I'm not 100% sure we should win this battle. We definitely shouldn't win it by that much. I'm going to take it, obviously. We'd be fools not to. Oh, hey. Diplomatic relations with the Crooked Moon. What could I possibly want more than that? But yeah, certain factions just, like, are horribly disrespected by the auto-resolver, and it looks like maybe the Beastmen are one of those. It's been a long, long time since I tried to play Beastmen, and I don't really have a good, Man, maybe I shouldn't do this. Hold on. I'm just going to go in the city. We need the replenishment. As much as I would love to bait somebody into attacking over here, we just need the replenishment. It's possible that the Beastmen, like I'm saying, just get super screwed by the auto-resolver. I feel bad for them. Well, it looks like we can safely turn extortion back on here. That's a little bit of extra gold per turn. And then... turning it off there isn't actually going to accomplish anything. We're nowhere near stability. Here, we definitely need one of those. I'm going to turn extortion off for a turn or two here. I know that's a lot of money, but we have a cushion. We can afford to turn it off for a moment. And once the boss's tent is fixed in Grunberg, we'll be cool to turn it back on. Just trying to maintain. Things are going all right in Needling. This province is leveling out, which is nice, because I really don't want to have to get people back over here. This was empty on purpose? Yeah, because there's nothing that is worth building here. Because these buildings don't actually do anything for us anymore, right? Research rate is meaningless. We're already doing that thing. This gives us some bonuses here, but not any bonuses anywhere else, and we're probably never going to recruit in this area again, right? We're past that, I think. Let's get this done, and it looks like we could afford to build Raiden stashes. Okay. Stuff is largely under control in most places. Well, I guess let's see what the Reichlanders get up to here. Furt is just keeping an eye on Grungsint and also Bretonia. She could probably do a little bit more effectively from, like, here. Alright, lots of armies, but not really any troops to speak of. Sozpug does not need to be all the way over here. Is he exhausted? He is not. Try to take this guy down. Aw, that's a shame. You are just coming over here, I think. We already have Vision of Norden without him, because Ehrengrad can see the Norden docks, so we don't need him up there. Weissmund, we're not upgrading on purpose. Rebellion in Middenheim, unfortunate, but also probably unavoidable. And we already checked in with Clan Moors this turn, right before we ended the episode. So I think we're cool to just go. We might be able to get Todbringer and Gelt to run out chasing Grimgor. I think if we fall back, we'll fall back far beyond their ability to follow us. And then they'll be out in the open at least, and we could attempt a thing with our two armies. We could let that Rebellion army outside of Middenheim grow for a couple of turns, probably be to our benefit if we can get away with it. I don't know what the hell Clan Moors is doing. They might just be riding for those northern Empire provinces, which I'd be fine with. Do we want a military alliance with you? You have a defensive alliance with Clan Moors. I believe Clan Moors does like the fact that we are allied with them, so maybe? The fact that they're willing to offer us this, hold on. I'm going to not accept it on their turn. We're going to investigate that option on our turn when we can look at how Clan Moors feels about them a little bit more closely. Okay, so Boris Todbringer's army is a joke. This is a garbage army. And they're trying to get the plague, which I really appreciate. Gelt's army, I believe we've seen a little bit already, right? Oh, Sniksh is going to take Coron. Well, that's fine. As long as we can get a military alliance with Sniksh eventually, it doesn't matter. There's that guy, Kolek Suneater. That's his name. I remember now. Boy, this is starting to look a little harsh over here. It would be really cool if we could wrap up this Reichland thing so that so that we have time to redevote Grimgor to the purpose of crushing chaos. Also, the rebellion army is led by a guy named Alberic Dogburglar. That's how desperate they were for a hero. Obedience down is probably a real problem for us right now. Well, growth down is less of a problem. I'm gonna take this. Alright, Grimgor cannot reach Brass Keep. He could serve as reinforcements on Todbringer, though. We can't attack Todbringer with either of the armies. That's a shame. Midden Stag has caught the plague. Not good. Not a good thing at all. So I think what we probably want to do is try to send these two armies basically just to the Brass Keep. I'm going to move you as far forward as I can while keeping you in ambush distance. And then we'll move Grimgor forward a little bit more. And I think our plan is to be Grimgor assaulting the Brass Keep with Rachnik providing backup next turn, if possible. I don't know exactly how far forward we have to move for that to be feasible, but I do want it to be the case that if Gelt, if the ambush fails and Gelt rides out to attack us, I'd like the fallback to land on Rachnik. So I think this is the line we want to establish. Alright, who has an unassigned skill point? Who would dare? Oglok, in fact. Oglok can take another level of Mob Boss. I'm going to grab Lightning Strike, actually. We do want the rest of Mob Boss, but we might end up in a situation where we need Oglok to attack a Chaos Army without another Chaos Army being able to show up as backup. And I think we're going to just attempt the old ambush move here. We could ride out and attack Sigvald, and actually his army doesn't look that impressive. Suneater is very Chaos Spawn heavy, which is a little bit of a bummer for us because our army is so bad at ranged. Chaos Spawns are actually super easy to kill with ranged units. They're pretty spooky in melee combat. They get up on your face, they break stuff, but they have no armor, as you can see, and you can cut them down real fast with a gun line. If only we knew how to do a gun line. What are we doing with you? We're taking Dodgy Geezer, I guess. Wazhampa has managed not to contract the plague again. It's the mushrooms, I guess? It must be. Alright, he needs to... he needs to go kill Karl Franz again. This is the only thing he ever does, it feels like. Definitely get defenses up at Marienburg. So now a question. Do we save population from Marienburg, or do we want to try to develop Gorsel a little bit? I think the answer is Marienburg is the only thing in this province that matters at all. And a lot of the reason the only reason I'm taking anything from anybody over here is so that they don't have it anymore, not so that I have it. We don't know for sure that they don't have guys over here. I'd be surprised. Given, the amount of money they must not have anymore, and we're gonna raid a little bit. There you go, that's a little bit of money. How many turns until Altdorf has its boss tent up? 1? Okay, I think we can leave that off for one more turn. Karaberg is going to So we do have a public order structure already. I'm debating whether we need another growth building here, though. I'm going to go for pile of shiny stuff, I think. This is another 20... You know what? No, let's do this. Let's develop things quickly. Alright, so you guys are in position. You've set your ambush. Kislev, I'm gonna... Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. We don't need to hold off. We're not losing money that badly anymore. Not at, like, minus 5k per turn, you know. At this point, I think we can turn extortion back on in Talabekland, and it's only going to get better. Yeah, I think that's safe. Altdorf will do it next turn. I feel relatively confident that that'll be okay. Alright, you're doing a great job of keeping your eye on exactly what's happening. Nubzub should assault these guys. Okay, well, you know, you tried. And nobody can take that away from you. Gouger's back, and he's terrible at everything. I'm going to get him over here, and we're going to try to use him to control the movement of enemy armies, and maybe it will work. Maybe. Probably not. Sozpug is probably not needed for dealing with Karl Franz. We're going to get him over here as well. They do move pretty quickly on those little spiders. Okay, so do we feel like there's another thing worth doing? Not really, right? Like, we have another good lord. We have Wurzag, the Great Green Prophet. So we're looking forward to being able to field another army, but obviously we're quite a ways off of that. Is Oglok's... Yeah, Oglok's army is all scrapped up. I think Grimgor's is as well. No, Grimgor's army could use a ton of scrap, actually. Yeah, let's spend some stuff on them. They might end up in a situation here. Combat skin sacks. And combat skin sacks for you as well. Okay. Still have a lot of units that could use some scrap, actually. We do have Regiment of Renown troops now. We do have a Wyvern and some Squig Hoppers available. And it does feel like it would be appropriate for Azhag's army to have a Wyvern in it, but I think we're just gonna call it for the turn. That's right. Unfortunately, the Plague on Armies doesn't tell you how long it lasts. Looking at 5 turns, 5 turns... Okay. Well, it'd be really cool if this would go away. It would be really cool if it spread to Boris Todbringer as well. If Reichland sees through Grimgor's ambush, it's possible that it's going to go really sideways for us, because it might be the case that they have Gelt ride out to reinforce and have Todbringer be the one who initiates the attack, which means that if we do a fallback, we'll fall back to the east and probably still be within Balthazar Gelt's movement range. Okay, Grungzint handled. Beautiful. And I'm pretty happy to have not had to deal with it myself. It looks like Corone is going down. Oh, I didn't talk to Clan Moors last turn. That's fine. We'll do all our stuff on this coming turn and then talk to them. Okay, ambush is failing all over the place. This could get a little dicey. So how are they going to respond? Gouger's wounded again immediately. How are they going to respond to the failure of these ambushes? Both of the ambushes failed, which is pretty bad news. Okay, so the fact that he rode out to attack us means that we do get to retreat back to Rachnik. And then they have the option of coming at us 40v40. I would put us ahead on that one, because Todbringer's army is profoundly fake. Okay, it looks like they just didn't do anything. Oglok's ambush also failed. Every single one of our ambushes failing that turn really sucks. We can do this, I think. Maybe. I do think we should try it. There's going to be some difficulty here in the, in just commanding, first of all, commanding this number of troops. We're definitely doing AI control. Although, AI control doesn't let me, yeah, that means there's a shaman potentially using our Winds of Magic in crappy ways. But, like, the chariots are not that big of a deal, usually. They do have a lot of chaos guys. I don't know. This is going to be close. I do think we should go for it. Instead of falling back and letting them attack the city. It really sucks that every single one of our very high percentage ambushes failed on the same turn, though. If we lose Oglok's army here, it's not a big deal. There's nothing irreplaceable in it. Obviously, he has a lot of high veterancy troops, and that will be sad. And there's a lot of scrap in this army, and that will also be sad to lose. But we can just start recruiting a new force immediately, a couple settlements south, and Grimgor can turn around if it looks like this. If this stuff with the Brass Keep is going to resolve as quickly as it looks like it's going to resolve. So, obviously we want to play back with our friends. I don't know that we really have much of an impetus to do anything other than just start everybody back near the reinforcement line. Right, like, why play forward? I do think that the enemy gets a little bit more out of gathering for reinforcements than we do, but I also think that our army cannot ride out and defeat them before their reinforcements show up, so we don't really have a choice here. Oh, sorry, start battle. That button should just start battle. Come on, you know that that's what I mean when I press it. So yeah, they're going to ride up. They don't have as much siege stuff as we do, but they do have... Well, I guess they do have 2 hell cannons. So each hell cannon unit is only a single cannon, but they're pretty powerful. They're powerful and they're very accurate because they have homing projectiles. So that is a little bit of a shame. We're gonna try to let the garrison army take the brunt of the charge here. It would be best if they would ride out and get in trouble for us. My guess is we're going to end up losing this by a small amount. That's my feeling here. Seems like despite the fact that these guys are the aggressors, they are content to just sit around and wait. I mean, if they want to sit around and wait for 59 minutes, I'm cool with that. Are they actually going to just sit back? I guess they know they can because we gave some of our control to the AI, who will probably charge forward regardless of whether that's a good idea or not. Yeah, they are just moving back and forth and not really participating in the thing at all. Well, that's cool. If you guys just want to stand here and stare at each other for an hour and then go home, I'm fine with it, I guess. Okay, they remember that the game is happening. So I guess somewhere around here, we go back to normal speed. So our allies are going to ride up whether we think that's a good idea or not. You know, we have catapults and stuff. We can just wait for them to come down. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We'll just do it. Let's command group up our cavalry. We do only have 1 unit of anti-large cavalry now, which does complicate things a little bit. And they do have some Chaos Knights who Boarboy Biggins would be awfully good against, so it's a shame that we don't have as many as we would like. I'm going to hold off on the Forbidden Rod for a moment here. Don't want to do too much damage to our wizard before the battle starts. It looks like we're just about in catapult range. My catapult's about in the... Yeah, okay. They've reached the positions I told them to move to. Okay, so let's pick some targets here. We gotta be a little bit smart about this. So, the deal with the Chaos Spawn is that they are pretty high damage, very low toughness. They are unbreakable. We cannot panic them. Chaos Trolls, on the other hand, are exceedingly poor leadership, very prone to panic. So... let's work those guys and probably just random units of Chaos Infantry as much as we can with the catapults. We need to move our melee troops up into... Oh, I should probably make sure that guard mode is on for these dudes. Do not go chasing people. Let's... Here. Select this group in a slightly different way that keeps the Black Orcs on the outside. I think that's the thing we want to do. You guys just got to move up. You guys also got to move up. These are fanatic archers, remember? So we want to try to keep them close enough to the combat that they can do fanatic stuff. And I don't really know what to do with my wolf archers. I'm going to try to just sort of keep them in the pocket of the army for right now. And kind of same for my cav. We're going to let the blue dudes engage. We'll figure things out from there. Solid shot from the catapults on a unit that was running kind of like lateral to the angle of fire. That's well executed. Good work, boys. The foe attacks our ally. Oh, you don't say. Alright, some units of Chaos Trolls should be pretty easy for Oglok to defeat, like, pretty much by himself. I'm going to bring the boar boys over here. I see they're doing the same with their catapults. Or with their chariots. Okay, between the two armies, they do end up having 4 hell cannons. You know what? Maybe that's Oglok's job. Maybe Oglok needs to just go eat hell cannons. Because hell cannons will do a lot of damage over the course of a battle. Yeah, I think that's almost certainly the case. You need to go fast. Ride fast. This is the most important thing you could possibly do. The boars will have to cope with this stuff. Boy. I really don't want the boars to be the ones who take the charge, though. Let's have our Black Orcs press these 2 forces. Then we have some normal boys in the area who can attempt to contribute. So normal trolls versus chaos trolls. Chaos trolls are statistically almost identical to normal trolls. The only real difference is that they are available to the chaos forces. So I'm not too worried about that battle. That should go basically our way. That should go slightly our way, I would expect, because we have scrap upgrades and they don't. This is going to be a real nightmare, though. This looks bad. I'm less happy about this than I was moments ago. Let's make sure that we are ready to cast a lot of spells. We're gonna need a lot of spells on this one. Alright, these are the big ones. Definitely want them to get a good catapult, or a good cavalry charge off. So, we gotta start casting them Feet of Gork just the second it makes sense to do so, because we gotta commit as much of that as possible. So this is spawn plus, you know what? Good enough, I think. I think this is a reasonable drop. Then we'll hit him with the fireball right after that goes off. So these orc boar boys are riding around the side to get a flank on those chaos knights. Actually, no. Collapse in on these chariots. We could probably burn that chariot unit really quickly. I think that would be hugely beneficial. Alright, you guys run for those chaos trolls there. You guys hit these spawn in the side, I think. Obviously, like, it would be ideal for us to break some of these higher melee impact units from as early in the battle as possible. And then you guys definitely need to be firing at spawn. Those chaos trolls. Here we go. Let's focus our arrows on the enemies who will really suffer from them. Also, I know, a lot of things. Let's try to... Okay, it looks like they've not really done a good job. They've done a great job of splitting their units in such a way that the giants get to walk directly into the ranged, which is awesome. Thank you so much. We're going to have to throw a unit of boys at these giants to prevent that from happening. And... this makes it awkward to use the fanatics here. We'll throw a group of fanatics there in the hopes of intercepting some of those chaos warriors. You guys all the way over on this side can't really do anything better than that. But you can see it looks like a lot of these low armor units are already breaking pretty badly. Just work that giant. We'll figure your stuff out later. Okay, you guys could also do basic... Ooh, wait, hold on. You guys could do basically the same thing. Just hurl them in the general direction of the oncoming Chaos Warriors. Alright. Are they going to make contact? Yeah, they disrupted. Great big stomp. Wow, really good damage on those Chaos Knights. Holy crap, that's much better than I was expecting. Alright, so we got some good collapses going on here. Shoot some fire at some trolls. Remember, trolls have regeneration, which does give them a weakness to fire damage. They take bonus fire damage. And then I'm a little leery of having him commit to melee this time out, but I do think it probably has to happen for us to have a chance here. Everybody's gotta be firing. All cylinders. How's Oglok doing? Oglok's kind of getting his thing done. Let's buff his melee attack. He needs to make this happen faster. And we have a unit of Chaos Knights coming for him. He's got to pull out before they arrive. I don't want to get him bogged down in killing them. Not that he couldn't, but I don't want him to be stuck doing that. Alright. So on the whole, a lot of things here going pretty well. That is a... Really? Wow, that giant is going down super fast. I mean, giants are not armored or anything, so it's not a huge surprise. But, no, it obviously is. Obviously, I'm surprised. My voice tells you that I am surprised. I guess there's a fair number of archers between the two forces. You know what I might want to do, actually, is have you contribute to the giant fight a little bit. Can you give me a great big gaze of Mork on the healthy one? I think we're going to shut this other one down real fast. And I still want to use our fanatics here, so I kind of think we're gonna I'm gonna have these archers move up like this far. Alright, melee troops are doing their thing. This is horrible. This is just a goddamn nightmare situation. Can we get a catapult on that, maybe? Feels like this would be a prime place for some catapult fire to land. Yeah, that's gonna be a real issue. As soon as these spawn are down, and there's so many chaos... Oh god, there's so much stuff. They have so many things. I hate it. I hate very much the number of things they have. Let's try to keep an eye on Oglok in the background over there. Did he fire his? No. It went on cooldown, but he didn't actually use it. Alright, grab this giant if you can. We do have the anti-large... the anti-large black orcs here, so they should be quite good against these cavalry and giant type situations. You guys ride out and shoot that dude. We are going to need... We need you over here. Let's go big eye lasers against the giant. And then fireball against the giant as well, probably. The cast time on that eye laser is pretty wild, actually. You know what? Help out with this. Don't let those guys just do what they want. And we probably should pull... Yeah, we have Orc Boar Boy Biggins over here. They need to, like, do that. You guys can help kill that catapult off, or that chariot off. Do we want to reorient this catapult? Yeah, I'm going to have them just start shooting at the Chosen, I guess. Ugh. Man, this is a mess. Alright, they cast their thing already. You guys are 7 seconds off of having yours again. We got people breaking and running. Yeah, it looks to me like we're going to lose by a lot more than I thought we were going to, probably. And they've managed to pull back 1,000 units to come and deal with us. Which, in a sense, means that Oglok's pulling way above his weight class, right? We'll try to get him out of there. If we can get him up in the air, we could probably... If we can get him up in the air, he'll absolutely be safe, and we might be able to lead these guys around and prevent them from having any effect on the battle for a while. Come on. Come on, take off, buddy. Remember that your wyvern can fly. He seems not to be remembering that his wyvern can fly, which is a real problem. When you disengage a flying unit, it's supposed to take off again. I'm not sure why it's not. Come on, buddy. He's free of them, too. Like, he should just be going. There we go. Alright, come back over here. So one of two things is going to happen. Either they're going to stay back there to be a problem for him, in which case we are winning tremendously by removing them from the battle, or they're going to ride back, in which case they are going to spend a lot of time not doing anything, and I'm going to land on the guys and kill them. So I'm pretty happy with this one. This looks alright for us. We need another great big stomp. I think that's pretty clear. This looks like a fine stomp in location. We have a lot of troops who are not feeling so good about the way things are going here. And I can understand that. I can see why that might be the case. There we go. Just drop the fanatics directly into those guys. I don't know where my other... Where even are these guys? Okay, they've fallen way back to here. It does look like this side is collapsing on us, though, huh? Well, that's a damn shame. Don't really want to disengage people until the Chaos Knights are dead on this side. Hey, don't you guys have orders? I'm like 100% sure I gave them orders. Let's go fight those dudes. You can go work on these very injured guys. Actually, a fireball would not go amiss here. It really bums me out that the, okay, that giant's just about down. Looks like their cavalry units are largely disengaging over here, so let's... the crew of a Hell Cannon is unbreakable. You'll never get them to stop and run, but you can get them to disconnect from their Hell Cannon, because the AI is real dumb about that. So... you guys are facing the side here, because they followed guard mode. They didn't actually run to chase their targets, but they did turn dramatically to focus on their targets, which is not great for us. Kolek's Sun Eater himself is present. That's an issue for us. He's a scary dude. He's a big scary monster, man. If we want to zoom in a little bit here, this is Kolek. He's sort of hunched down, trying to eat someone right now, I think. But it's like fighting a mountain. The good news is we've done a lot of damage to this giant. We've broken a lot of stuff over here. Charge the giant. The Black Orcs are still in pretty good condition. I'm going to have this unit of boar boys try to withdraw. Come on, show me good loonies. Alright. Need our boar boys to get over here to the side. Now this is a little tricky. We got to be careful about how we approach, because they do have halberds. These halberd units will rip us apart. Okay, you finished that one off. Go ahead and grab those dudes and just all of the buffs as quickly as possible. So Oglok has only managed to disable a couple of the enemy's catapults, which is pretty bad news. We should have... Yeah, here we go. Have one unit of loonies available. Good luck. Good luck, little dudes. Alright, who do we want to charge over here? Charging Prince Sigvald directly is probably not useful, and I wanna charge the rear of these Chaos Knights, but we have to be really careful not to then get immediately fallen upon by the halberds. You know what? You guys come over here and interfere with these Chaos Knights, because these guys are a problem. Alright, in a lot of places we are fighting but losing. We're about to have Fireball again. And I mean, that giant's almost dead. I don't even really want to cast on him. I'm going to hit him with the Fireball. Ah, that would have been so dramatic for that to be the thing that did it. Alright, stay on him. Fortunately, the halberds did not ride over to get involved in this. They went after the other boar boys. I mean, it's not great that they went after the other boar boys, but we did need them to leave us alone on this front. Alright, where might be... We might be past Foot of Gork, because it takes so long to wind up. Like, Brain Burst goes off pretty much immediately. Alright, you guys gotta finish off that giant. I really want that giant dead before we lose the battle. This is going alright. It's pretty important that we remove the Hell Cannons, obviously. They rode back a unit of chariots, but at this point I'm just gonna have him stay in. He can handle it. So you guys should just turn around and fight. One of the catapults is still in... Actually, both of the catapult units are still in operation. And over the course of this whole thing, Mr. Kolek's Sun Eater has taken a fair amount of damage. He's, you know, that's low. That's lower than he would like to be. Just making sure y'all get scale here. That's a goblin and that's a Kolek's Sun Eater. He's a problem. He's a problem I don't know how to deal with. You guys should ride back in over here. Those chaos units are almost dead. We can take them. They could go down. As soon as the brain burst goes off, we can... Okay, good. We can throw a quick Fists of Gork up on the Black Orcs. They've got to get some job done here. They've got to get some murder accomplished. Alright, work those chariots. Wizard fights chariots. Definitely going to end the way we want it to. We just don't have a lot of options right now. We don't have control of that many of our units. Yeah, wow, we really don't have control of that many of our units. Come over here and shoot at this guy. Can you eye missile him? Nope, he surrendered before casting the spell. I'm so bummed out about how close that giant is to death. Yeah, I guess hit Wog. Why not? There's no universe where we could pull these boar boys through. Let's have them run though. We can make them at least harder to catch. Come on, guys. Go around this way. We can maybe break up that unit of chaos warriors. And these are the big uns though, right? Yeah. I'm gonna charge this giant. We're dead either way. If we can kill the giant, that'll be pretty good for us. Ulok, get in here. That could still happen. Oglok's almost killed off the last of the Hell Cannon units. Although this unit isn't dead. This will still be a functional Hell Cannon unit in the army if we don't make sure we kill their crew as well. So we'll have to do that. Actually, let's devote some cavalry to that instead of charging some Chaos Warriors. Okay, continuing to maximize damage before we lose. You guys could fire at, it looks like, those Chaos Knights. Those Chaos Knights could die, maybe. Catapult crews, unlikely to accomplish anything of value, but charge that lone Chaos Knight. There's a big difference between, from a unit regeneration standpoint, there's a big, huge difference between a unit that has 0 guys left and a unit that has 1 guy left. I want to make sure that we're not letting them keep anything we don't have to let them keep. Alright, come on, boar charge. Look at how brave that is. They're going to get killed by halberds in a second here, but they could finish off the giant. It could happen. Stab him. Stab him with your little pikes. Get him. Ah, they panicked. Well, at least they're running in a useful direction, though. They're running in a direction where we might get to use them for stuff after this. Chariot broke off and is coming back for a charge, which should end up in our favor. What is this? What do I have? Just normal boys? The size of this icon is ridiculous. Okay, it looks like we're probably going to be able to kill all of the Hell Cannon crew. No, don't surrender. Don't surrender yet. You're not done. Don't you dare. No! No, the Hell Cannon crew narrowly survives. That's very frustrating. So we got 3 of them. And then one of them survives with a tiny amount of health. I wish my units refused to give up to the degree that Empire units all refuse to give up. So that went a lot worse than I was thinking it was going to go. I thought it was going to be close, at least. But removing their Hell Cannons, removing a significant number of Hell Cannons and Giants from these armies does significantly weaken them. So the rest of their push will be slower. We are going to have to rebuild an army, maybe in Wolfenburg. We don't want to build it too close, because obviously after burning down Prague, they're going to continue to push. So we want to be like a layer back, so that they have another bunch of settlements to contend with before they can stop our replenishment, or our recruitment rather. Oh, that's right. Oglok's army was not in a stance that makes him immediately die from losing a battle. That's helpful. So yeah, we removed 3 of the 4 Hell Cannon units. Actually, that's recoverable. I'm so used to my units being killed and being, like, completely annihilated when we lose a battle, because we're often caught out in positions. Okay, so there is a hidden encampment of Beastmen troops there. They didn't bother to take Prague, despite the fact that Prague's garrison was very defeated. And we do have some units in the Regiment of Renown pool. We can try to rebuild that army quickly. Alright, first things first. Balthazar Gelt. If we attack him from the south, he's going to fall back to Brass Keep. I'm going to have Grimgor step over here, and then we're going to attack him from this side. With the intention, I'm even going to angle it a little bit more. Yeah, with the intention of pushing him back toward those trees. And then, hold on, Rachnik gets... Rachnik's not the leader on this, right? We do want it to be Grimgor who engages? Yeah. Okay. Gelt is dead. Don't like that. We should come out of this, like, hugely ahead. Yeah, okay, that's fine, I guess. Wow, his army was worth a lot of money. We're very good at making money through murder. It's kind of like our whole deal. Okay, great trait. Ooh, that's a good talisman. It's definitely time for me to go through and make sure everybody's equipment makes sense again. What's he currently using? An obsidian lodestone. No. We can do that right now. That's obvious enough. So we were building toward from the front. We finished from the front, and then we were working on red line stuff. That's right. Also, your wizard continues to power up. We're getting... Nope, never mind. I was going to say we're getting pretty close to Arcane Conduit, aren't we? But yes, yeah, I suppose we are. So Rachnik is going to just move to here. I mean, like, we're probably pretty fine here. We should be able to reach the Brass Keep, and we do need the replenishment time. I'm going to grab just a couple units of... I guess we lost cavalry. It would be good to replace them with cavalry. We don't have access to real cav here. We could do the Regiment of Renown recruitment, but I think we want to save the Regiments of Renown for Oglok. I think he needs them more. We can afford to just take it slow here. So let's, what's the monetary output here? Oh, nothing, it turns out. Yeah, let's just go into raiding mode and global recruit some new cav. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, I'm kind of liking the Night God. I know they keep getting killed, but they're really, really good anti-infantry, and then the rest of the army is so anti-large that, like, I think this makes sense. And it's okay to have units be easily killed if they are also easily recruited. Alright, so Dog Burglar is strengthening his forces. And that is a problem we are going to have to confront. Alright. Wazhump is next, right? As things stand right now, it should be easy enough to take the black pit. Here, let's attack Eldred von Altdorf, which will cause him to run out of reinforcement range. And then, yeah, I'll just take this. We'll just murder Karl Franz trivially here. I don't want him having any time to replenish. Yo! 72,000? I'm a little surprised by that. This is a pretty small settlement. I mean, we'd certainly need the money. Okay. Also plagued. We may yet get Wazhumpa infected with the plague, unfortunately. So do we want to grab Nasty Skulker? We don't really need the missile resistance for him. He's pretty small and hard to shoot already. I'm gonna take this. And then we are probably gonna blue line him, because we're gonna have to. This is pretty significant. Makes him particularly good at hunting down horseback lords, which is fun. You can grab Arnau, even in your severely weakened state, because Arnau is also total garbage. And that is a province, right? That's the whole of the Marienburg province, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, okay, great. Because this province could really use a little bit of work. I suppose let's get some defensive structures in place. And, I mean, he's ready to go to Wrecker's Point as well. Wrecker's Point also has no garrison to speak of. I don't know why we have a combat skin sacks tooltip stuck to our cursor. It's fine. Okay, so All of this stuff is resolved. Let's talk about Oglok. What's Oglok's army look like right now? He kept his catapult. He kept a catapult. And one of the units of Black Orcs. So we're probably going to want to fall back. Prague is going to fall. That's just the way of it. We probably want to fall back to, like... Is Kislev far enough back? It doesn't really have... Where do we have a finished recruitment structure? Do we have Black Orcs in... Okay, next turn we will have quick Black Orc recruitment in Bekoffen. I mean, we could just go to... Wow, Red Eye Mountain's really far away. Also, was this called... Yeah, they must have changed the name of this. Okay. Well, Hell Pit. Hell Pit has proper recruitment structures. I'm going to have him run for Hell Pit. It also has a huge garrison, so if they want to come over here and make a ruckus, we have a chance of holding out against them. No, it doesn't have a huge garrison. Did I not build a garrison structure here? Why would I do... Okay, well... There's no way they can reach us, though, right? Yeah, we're fine. That should definitely have a garrison, though. Let's fix that. Hopefully they'll take a turn or two building siege weapons at Prague and stuff, because despite the fact that Prague's army got messed up, the battle won't have done any damage to the walls, because we weren't fighting over the walls. I'm not really sure what we need Fert to do at this point, because this area is now under control. I guess I'm going to leave him right where he is. You can annoy Todbringer. Nope, failure followed by critical failure. Nubs up. Come on, man. I was just starting to have some faith in you. We don't want to do this. We should probably go ahead and repair the Black Pit. That's a fair point. We don't need these. We'll replace that with something useful. Sawspug is gonna try to prevent Todbringer from retaliating. Okay, good news. Down here, we definitely want to push this as hard as possible. And then, is it more important to upgrade Weissmund? It's probably Weissmund over Karlberg, I think. Karlberg's pretty far from any enemies now. Okay, we've just done a lot of very impressive things. Let's see how much the Skaven are responding. 65 toward 128. Still red on everything, though. I mean, it's going. Oh, sorry, I was going to do one more thing. You guys... You like that we're friends with Khemri, right? Yeah. So the only way a military alliance with the Khemri could really backfire on us is if they went to war with either Clan Moors directly or with one of Clan Moors' allies and broke everything up. But it looks to me like they're not actually near a whole lot of other people. I think we can go ahead and take that military alliance. Plus, they're in control of one of the Great World Capital cities, so... That will help us with our objectives. To be perfectly honest with you, we're not that far off of being done with this. Like, we're actually remarkably close. It doesn't feel like it, but I'm asking you to trust me here. We probably just want another recruitment building here. Like, I guess it would be spiders, or no, it's probably trolls. Obviously, the Shaman's Hut has some other value, but if we're talking about things we might actually want to recruit, it's probably trolls. Well, no, I'm going to do this. Puts a shaman in the garrison just in case, and then also, you know, the corruption reduction does matter. Okay, this is a big deal. Port at Erengrad gets a proper upgrade. I guess we may as well make the Chaos Troll lair happen. It does put 3 trolls in the garrison. It makes Erengrad very difficult to take, which I think we need really badly. And then, honestly, Shaman's Hut as well, because we're going to need to offset the corruption we just added. I can't believe I didn't build a garrison building in Hell Pit. Was it... It wasn't like... There wasn't some weird issue preventing me... No, we totally could have. I don't know, man. I'm sure I thought I was going to at some point, and then... You know how my brain is. Alright, so we're going to push up into the high part of the wogometer here, the reputation meter. So that's going to take care of a lot of our public order issues. We can turn extortion back on here. Honestly? Yeah, we can. It's fine. the fact that we're still negative is not a big deal, because we're about to gain 3 more points of public order in all provinces. It's cool, it's fine. Alright, let's see what the Chaos guys do. Like I'm saying, I have high hopes that they're going to ride up to Prague. They do have the ability to just attack immediately. They have units with the Siege Attacker trait, but the AI often still won't, even when they can. And apparently we're never going to get rid of this combat skin sacks tooltip. Listen, the episode's almost over. When I quit the game, I'm confident it will go away. I don't know what the Dark Elves are sailing out for. Hopefully they're not going to be a problem for us. If the Skaven want to take over Lorelorn Forest, I'm fine with that. I don't have any particular need to be in control of that noise. Because of the fact that we are allied with the Khemri, we're going to see everything they see, and so we're going to get introduced to a lot of people from the other part of the world now, because it looks like they're being very aggressive. And at this point, Reichland really has very little to fall back on. They have an army singular. Interesting. No attempt to even take Prague. They're going to let Prague's garrison regenerate. If you siege a city, it prevents the troops in there from healing. So they could have just had Sigvald siege the city to keep it soft. If they're going to let that whole garrison regenerate, they might have actually made no forward progress at all by winning that battle. Be a disastrous outcome for them. Alright, Dog Burglar's going to actually go after Middenheim. I was kind of hoping... Yeah, Rachnik Spiderclaw has been getting successfully hero-actioned for a long time here. I was kind of hoping that the Rebel army was going to fight the invaders, which is a thing we've seen happening a bunch. I wonder if it didn't happen because these forces should be allied, even though this is technically still just the Mid-Inland Rebels, not a real unit. Out of curiosity, if I mouse over combat skin sacks. No, I was wondering if I could get a hide combat skin sacks tooltip to fire, but nope, we're just stuck. It's fine. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Alright, we got our great big spider mount now, which is very exciting. Wow, I didn't realize it did that. I was excited just for having a giant spider. You know me, you know how I feel about a good spider. Are we not actually able to reach the Brass Keep this turn? For real? No, it looks like maybe we can. Nope, that's red. There's red in that arrow. Well, it shouldn't be a problem for Rachnik to handle that on his own, I don't think. I'm going to have... We'll have Grimgor. I guess we can have Grimgor push up into a support position here, but, obviously, what Grimgor's actually going to do is crush people at Middenheim next turn. Okay, you guys need to step into the Hell Pit, where they've got fun and games. And just take a moment here and put yourselves back together. So a lot of our cavalry actually survived. I would really love another unit of Boar Boy Biggins, though. I think these guys are going to be especially important against Chaos. And then we could grab Doom Diver. Maybe I don't want to sit for 3 turns, though. We definitely want more Black Orcs. Oh, we have very limited local recruitment here. I wasn't even thinking about that. Okay, get me more Black Orcs. We'll pull in normal Rocklobber through this pool, and then what else do we want to do? I'd love to keep it to 2 turns of recruiting, because that's how long it's going to take for us to max our health back out. So we could bring in Squig Hoppers and the Wyvern. So actually, we don't need to recruit that much more. I think it's going to be normal Biggins, and then, do we want to... The question is, do we actually want to use the Squigs? Because we could just pull Biggins through the global pool, if that makes more sense. I think that makes more sense than going for the Squigs. This army has cavalry enough, probably. But I do still want the Wyvern, so we'll leave 1 slot. Okay, yeah, the fact that they didn't actually kill Oglok and then they didn't actually take advantage of the momentum that they had achieved is really great news for us. We're 77. We're getting close to actually getting to call the WoG. I'm not sure exactly who we're going to call it against. We'll have this trophy through the end of the next WoG, which is important. The +4 obedience has been a lifesaver, actually. Without that, we would be in considerably rougher shape. Alright, you're just gonna stay right there because you are my eyes in this area. You are not doing anything. Sawspug can continue to prevent Toddbringer from escaping. Just confound him at every turn. Middenheim is, you know, it'll get upgraded eventually. They have paused all of our construction with their ridiculous siege. How is Clanmore's feeling about me today? Still not so much. 71 trending toward 92. That's a lower number, right? I think that's a lower number. Well, whatever. It's lower than what they were trending toward before, but it's still higher than what we're at now with them, so it's fine. Yep, lots of good public order everywhere. It turns out being, having a good reputation. Very, very important. Let's get all that stuff going. And actually, we're doing all right on money. I'm gonna pull all of the growth structures here because we're going to population cap next turn. Let's get that done. Here in Kislev, we're about to have some good recruitment structures. I was a little nervous about retreating to Kislev because it's so easy for them to get to. I guess it's not that much further to go to Hell Pit, but they failed to do so. So whatever, I'm fine. I'm counting it as a win. Alright, let's do one more sequence of enemy turns here. To be perfectly honest with you, this chaos thing is going alright. I know it doesn't look great. We lost the settlement, we lost a big battle, but we are holding them. They are failing to exert pressure or do very much damage to us, and we're dedicating minimum resources to keeping that the case. Alright, Coron just evaporated. Yeah, like, if we finish off Reichland and we manage to get a military alliance going with the Skaven, we're going to be really close to our objective list. Between the Khemri and Clan Moors, we're going to have control of a lot of important cities via military alliance, and we also have control of almost half of the list of what we need by ourselves. To be perfectly honest with you, if a Great Eastern Alliance can hold, and then we can just send some ships over west and start fighting High Elves or something, we're close. We're close to the end. This might not have to be a 100-episode marathon like the last one was. Alright, Chaos is back in force, though. It's about to start getting uglier. The good news, of course, is that fighting Chaos is definitely helping us curry favor with Clan Moors and with the Dark Elves. So it is providing some utility. But man, it's a lot. It's a lot of Chaos to fight, is the thing. So Coron has ceased to exist. Archaon and Kolek are on their way in. Sigvald has pushed past Prague already. How's Prague's garrison doing? The walls are still holding, of course, because they took no damage. And a lot of the garrison has healed considerably. It's not quite at full, but it will be if they don't push pretty soon. You're going to be back at full strength next turn. The Reichlanders have a single army to their name, basically, and a very, very small number of total settlements. So what do we see? We see 5. Is it still the case that there's one that we don't? No, okay. These 5 are all they have. This tiny little crescent of land here. And obviously, as we conclude battle on this front, all of our forces are pushing eastward. We can start devoting a lot more bodies to the Chaos conflict soon. If we're able to hold out as well as we've been holding out with just 1, sometimes 2 armies, imagine what it's going to look like once we actually have a full force on that. And then it's just a matter of getting the Skaven not to turn on us, which might be a problem. It's possible. Still all red. Do not like all the red. Well, listen. We'll figure it out. We can solve this problem with just tons and tons of gold, right? So that is going to have to be it for us for today. We are sadly out of time. It's a shame to have to postpone all this momentum. But when you come back next time, tomorrow, more blood will be spilled. And we'll see you then.